Auto-battling elements are becoming more and more popular in indie games, negating the stress of reflex-heavy combat by focusing more on planning. Explore a twisty maze of paths to uncover better armor and accessories before the big beast hunts you down in He Is Coming. The most important factor for success is how you order your equipment. They activate sequentially, so you want, like, the shoes that boost your speed to activate before the staff that hits you for speed points. There is such a variety of items and effects. I was able to build a loadout that would one-shot most creatures immediately and heal myself if the combat lasted longer than the opening attack. But that was just one of a number of different strategies you could build a character around. There's no real story in the demo, just a clean and satisfying gameplay loop, so it's hard to know if it'll hook you over time, but in the short term, it's undeniably engaging. Play as a king building up his new fiefdom, defeating goblin attacks, and trying to prosper in The King is Watching. I was really drawn in by the thumbnail image, which gave me big E.M. Carroll vibes, setting me up for a bit of a horror game. I mean, look at it, it's very sinister. But as far as I can tell, horror isn't actually a part of this. The watching aspect comes in the gameplay. Only the squares that are subject to the King's Panopticon are functional, so you gotta keep your watchful eye on the fields to get grain, the huts to get soldiers, and so on. The gameplay loop is tight and satisfying, always something to fiddle or fuss with. It's all pretty war-focused. Your resources are about building up your army, unlocking spells to fight and support. If there's an overarching story or goal, I couldn't really detect it in the demo. But the gameplay was satisfying enough that it might not need it. Create and then explore a maze at the behest of the Harvest Maiden into the Restless ruins. Each round you'll get a handful of cards to build out your dungeon, then you'll have the time it takes a torch to burn down to explore it. As you trace your path, waves of enemies will throw themselves in your way, reminiscent of a Vampire Survivor type gameplay. Managing your time is key. Do you stop for an armor upgrade or try to get to a fog room and uncover something vitally useful? And inevitably, you'll end up making a pretty windy maze. The strategy is all about pacing where you place vital resources like the fairy spring, which can guide you back to home base, or a campfire that'll prolong your torch. The demo hints at an overarching mystery to uncover, providing a welcome through line to the auto-battler structure. Are there any demos with auto-battler elements that you played at Next Fest that I didn't list here that you think are really good? You should tell me about them, because that will ruin my life, because that's all I will play for the rest of the year.